The Star Wars franchise has been rolling out a lot of shows back to back, and as the adventures of all the characters progress, more links between the franchise's show are being established. To add to all the excitement and puzzles, the 4th episode of Andor has now hinted at a possible connection to Ahsoka's show. Keep watching this video to find out what this connection is. What you need to know. In December 2020, it was confirmed that the Ahsoka show would be a live-action series about none other than Ahsoka Tano, a character who was first seen in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. After Ahsoka made her live-action debut in The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, who created the character in the first place, gave the character her own TV show and later confirmed that it was in the works. Since it was announced, it was revealed that the Ahsoka series will take place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, at the same time as The Mandalorian. This, along with the fact that Sabine Wren, Ezra Bridger, and Grand Admiral Thrawn will all make their live-action debuts in The Mandalorian, makes it almost certain that Ahsoka is the long-awaited Star Wars Rebels sequel. So, when the Ahsoka show comes out in 2023, you can expect it to borrow some ideas from the aforementioned animated show. What's the link between Andor and Ahsoka? In the 4th episode of Andor, there is a surprising link between Luthen's antique shop in both the Rebels and Ahsoka. In the background of one of the shots of Luthen's store, you can see murals from Star Wars Rebels that shows the symbols of the son, the daughter, and the father from the Clone Wars Mortis arc. In Star Wars Rebels, these paintings were used as the key to the world between worlds, a mysterious place where the cosmic force and the living force work together. This world seems to be a part of Ahsoka as well, since the logo for the show looks a lot like the artwork from the world between worlds that Ahsoka and Ezra visit in Rebels. Even though Andor is much more grounded than other Star Wars projects and probably won't talk about the force of the worlds between worlds at all, the murals are a cool Easter egg that connect Andor to Ahsoka. How the world between worlds could be used in Ahsoka. The question now is, how will the Ahsoka show make use of the world built in Rebels, given that Ahsoka's relationship to the planet has been established? The most likely way this will happen is if parts of the opening sequences of Ahsoka are reenacted in live action like they were in Star Wars Rebels. Given that Ahsoka is widely believed to be a sequel to Rebels and would presumably center on Ahsoka and Sabine's search for Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn, it would make sense for the film to emphasize once again the relationship between the titular characters and Ezra. After all, Ahsoka is looking for Ezra because he told her to do so when they emerged from the world between worlds. Reenacting this scene with a live-action world between worlds would not only catch anyone tuning into Ahsoka who might not have seen Star Wars Rebels, but it would also serve as a refresher behind the motivation for Ahsoka's search for Ezra before flashing forward to the Mandalorian's timeline after the opening credits. This is the most likely explanation for Ahsoka's appearance in the world between worlds, given that Ezra Bridger destroyed the only known gateway to the realm in Star Wars Rebels, but that doesn't mean there aren't other options to consider. Since the show's head writer is Dave Filoni, who also wrote Star Wars Rebels, it would make sense for him to return to the concept through Ahsoka by having the ex-Jedi investigate the world further and possibly find another use for it, since the setting was likely developed further than just the aspects that audiences saw when it was created for Rebels. It's obvious from the logo that the world between worlds will play a role in the program, and the connection established in Episode 4 of Andor will keep fans talking about the show until Ahsoka premieres in 2023. Everything we know about Disney Plus's Ahsoka TV show. Rosario Dawson will star as Ahsoka Tano in the upcoming Disney Plus series. So, who is Ahsoka Tano, and why are so many people looking forward to the Star Wars Ahsoka spin-off now that its release date is almost set in stone? Throughout the animated Star Wars series, the Togruta Jedi Ahsoka Tano has played a pivotal role as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan during the Clone Wars. Ahsoka was introduced to audiences in the 2008 animated film Star Wars: The Clone Wars and quickly became a fan favorite in the subsequent television series. There are likely Star Wars fans who will be unfamiliar with Ahsoka Tano and the reasoning behind her own Disney Plus series because they were adults when the cartoon first came on Saturday mornings in 2008. Here's what we know so far about the new Ahsoka Tano series and why it could be one of the best Star Wars Disney Plus originals to date. Ahsoka will be vital to the new Jedi Order. The presence of Ahsoka Tano in the Book of Boba Fett confirmed what many fans already knew, that she plays a crucial role in Luke Skywalker's establishment of the new Jedi Order. There would be plenty of reasons for Star Wars fans to be interested in Ahsoka, even if she weren't a fascinating character in her own right, which she is. With a 2023 premiere date and the promise of new characters like Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney Plus's Ahsoka Tano program is sure to be a game changer for the Star Wars canon. Ahsoka TV Show release date. During her presentation at Disney Investor Day 2020, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy revealed that the studio is currently developing 10 new Star Wars-related projects. However, she could only share so much information about each project due to time constraints. In regards to the Ahsoka Tano show, Kennedy only confirmed its development. At the same time, she introduced the show's logo, which may undergo future revisions. As a result of the pandemic that began in 2020 and persisted into 2021, many projects were put behind schedule. Disney hasn't revealed any major obstacles for Ahsoka, but it's impossible to know for sure when any project planned around 2020 will actually be released. The Ahsoka shoot finally got underway in May of 2022, and while we don't know the exact month or day that Ahsoka will premiere on Disney+, we do know that it will be in 2023, after The Mandalorian Season 3 premieres in February of that year. Script specifics for the Ahsoka TV show. It should be noted that the rumors about an Ahsoka spin-off series began long before Ahsoka appeared in The Mandalorian. Since Ahsoka Tano was one of the few characters to survive the Clone Wars, Order 66, and the entirety of the Galactic Civil War, the spin-off program about her had more options than those of most other characters. All Star Wars series on Disney Plus that take place after Return of the Jedi have all followed one another in this timeline, so it is safe to assume that Ahsoka will be set around the same period as Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Given that Ahsoka Tano has already made her first live-action appearance in Mando and her second in Boba Fett, it would be strange if her own show didn't continue in a similar vein, hopefully with a Fett or a Jaren cameo to boot. Ahsoka's TV show cast. More than anything else, the cast of the Ahsoka Disney Plus show has been announced. Although Rosario Dawson's appointment as the show's eponymous Ahsoka was announced early in the process, the show's other roles have been filled in a regular stream of casting announcements. Not all, though, as the person who will play Ahsoka's antagonist Grand Admiral Thrawn is still a mystery. Hayden Christensen is returning to his role as Anakin Skywalker Darth Vader, and Natasha Liu Bordizzo has been cast as Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels in a live-action film for the first time. It is unclear, though, what role Ahsoka's old master will play. It's possible that Christensen merely shows up in flashbacks, or that he plays a more active role like Obi-Wan Kenobi, despite being deceased. An Anakin Skywalker Force ghost isn't impossible after all. Even though he's not playing Thrawn, Ray Stevenson has been cast as an Imperial Admiral who is the main antagonist. There has been much speculation about Grand Admiral Thrawn, so keeping his information under wraps is a good marketing strategy from Disney's perspective. The Mandalorian and Imperial Commando Gar Saxon, played by Stevenson in Star Wars Rebels, perished in the animated series and is therefore unlikely to appear in the live-action film. Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ivana Sakno have also been cast in mysterious roles related to Ahsoka. We'll have to wait a little longer to get the full cast list, and you can be sure that we'll keep you updated all the way. So guys, what do you think of the connection between Andor and Ahsoka? Let us have your thoughts in the comments section. And if you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give it a like and share so your pals can watch it too. And yeah, if you'd love to keep getting more interesting content like this, then all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. See you next time.